Hello everyone, welcome back once again in my YouTube channel. So I hope you have seen my last video, last session, right? Part 2. In that part 2, I have explained in very depth what is class, what is object and what is method. Okay? These three things already I have what? Completed. But in among these three things, right? So I didn't explain this concept. What all the way by which we can initialize object in Java. Already I have discussed how we are going to create the object, but I didn't explain how we are going to initialize the object in Java. That means how many approach, yeah, what all the approach we have in Java by which we can what initialize the object. So in this complete session, I will explain we have three ways with the help of reference variable, with the help of method and using constructor. These three approach we have in Java by which we can initialize the object. First two is not we are going to use in our project as knowledge sec, but the third approach by using constructor we are frequently used in our project game. So that three concept I will explain end to end with our code base. The guys who is coming first time in my YouTube channel, so I would suggest you please like, share, subscribe my channel. Okay, because if you will like, share, subscribe, so my motivation will be increased. Along with I will upload same such type of important interesting concept among you guys. So guys, without any further delay, we'll start one by one all these three approach. So guys, see, main motto of this session is what? How we can initialize as the object in Java, right? How we can initialize the object in Java, or you can say what all those approach we have in Java to create the object. So Java to initialize the object. Sorry guys. Initialize the what object. What I mentioned guys. Once again, I will tell you. Don't worry. How we can initialize the object in Java, or what all those approach we have in Java to initialize the object. Both are same thing, but understanding purpose I am writing in this way, right? So guys, please be concentrated. This is very important for fresher as well as intermediate level, because you should aware this concept in very depth, because you know very well how to create the class, how to create the object, how to create the method, but most of the candidate or student doesn't know how to initialize the object, what all the approach we have, right? So guys, one by one I will explain. Already I have explained these three, right? So by reference variable, by using method, by using constructor, right? So let's see guys. So first I will mention here we have three approach to initialize we have got three approaches to initialize the object. So let's understand one by one. Okay, guys, please be focused. Please be concentrated. It's very interesting and conceptual. If you concentrate entire video, guys, so after watching this video, you should not have any confusion. It's my promise to you, all of people, guys. Okay, you should not have any confusion, guys. So let's see first approach, right? By using reference variable. Okay, we can initialize the object, guys. By using method. Okay, this is third important. What, guys? By using constructor. By using constructor, frequently used. Frequently used in our real-time project. What? Okay, this thing we need to aware, we need to understand. So what all these three approach we have by which we can initialize the object. Okay, I will explain one by one, then we'll come to know. Okay, I will explain, with the help of code base as well. What, guys? With the help of code base. So don't worry, I will explain one by one, because I will not explain theoretically only. I will show you with code base how we are going to initialize the object with all these three approach. Okay, so guys, now let's move our first approach with our code base. Guys, already we have explained these are the three approach, right? Yes, guys, see, so for writing the code we should have our ID. So already I have opened the ID. In that, in last session I have already explained one program, that is person. In that already I explained you how we are going to create the class, object and method, right? Yes, and why it's need, why we need the class, why we need the object, why we need the method. The guys who didn't watch till now, the guys who didn't watch the video, this second part, so first watch that second part. Okay, what is class, what is object, what is method, then you will jump in this part 3, guys, what I am going to explain today. Then your what understanding will be more what easy, guys. Right, guys, now please be concentrated. I will create one guy class. Okay, our main motto is how we are going to initialize the object with the help of reference variable. Right? Yes, I will create one class, guy, a student. A student is our class. Already I have explained in last class what is the need of a student. Then, guy, I will create one main method, because with the main method only we can what execute our program, our code, guy. Yes, great, guy, you can see. So we have created one class along with our main method, right? Yes, guys, see. So if we are going to initialize the object, we should have your variable, guy. You should have properties, right? So I am going to declare here two properties of student class. So every student, they should have what name and roll number, guy. Yes or no? So guys, see, a string name, right? Then, guy, int roll number, int roll number, right? Yes, these two fields they should have, right? Because a student definitely it should have what? Name, and they should have roll number. Right guys? Yes. So guys, see, if you want to access these two fields of a student class, name and roll number, guys, definitely you should have object. With the help of object, you can access the field as well as method. Same thing I explained in last video as well. So guys, here I am going to create object. The guys who don't know how to create the object, please be focused. This is the way by which we can create the object guys. So guys, our class name is guys a student. So a student S1 equals to new. This is the way by which we can create the object. This is the way guys. This is the approach. If you don't know, so guys, please be focused. So with this line number 9, we are able to create the object of a student class. Right? Now guys, see, our main motto is what? How we are going to initialize the object. So what is the name of S1? What is the roll number of S1 object? Right? Guys, see. Now S1 dot name. Guys, you can see it automatically came or not. S1 dot name. Right? This is a string tag in a student class. Yes. So guys, see, if S1 dot name guy, but guy, one thing always you can follow like that, not NH capital guy. Okay. This is guy our rule guy. Okay. So guys, see, name, right? Yes. Guy, what is then if I'm going to access the name field, right, with our object S1 dot name guy? Yes or no? So what is the name guy? I'm going to initialize here. Suppose my name is guy what? Amit, right? Yes. I have initialized name as a Amit. Corresponding guy, we have other field, right? So S1 dot roll number, right? Roll number, right? See, number coming in. Yes. So what is roll number of Amit guy? I can write here. Suppose what? 1 2 3 4 0, right? Suppose this is my roll number, right? So I see after initializing this object, right? So how you'll come to know what is the result? So guy, for this you need to print this result guy. So we know very well, if you want to print the result of a student object, we need to print a statement guy. So sys out, right? Sys out what? A student name and roll number, right? Is what guy? Guy S1 dot what? Name, right? Then guy you can give some space. Then what? S1 dot roll number. Yes, I hope you understood it. Okay, yes or no? This thing we can do. Then we can see what the expected result coming or not. Expected result coming or not. Okay, yes or no? Our expectation is what? So after initializing the object, result is coming expected or not. So for that purpose, I am going to run the application in front of you. You see the result. Guys, see, a student name and roll number is Amit and 12340. Whatever initialized, it's coming or not? It's coming as expected. So guys, we have done this first way by reference variable. Same thing I have explained here also by using reference variable. Guys, so no, if anybody asks you anytime, any moment, hey, do you know how to initialize the object in Java? Yes, you can tell yes. I know 3 ways. I know 3 ways, not only 1 way. So what all the ways? First is using reference variable, second using method call, and third is well known using constructor, which is frequently used in our project as well. Guys, see, Now I am going to move our second approach, guys. This is guys first approach, correct? Yes. Then guys second approach what I will explain within new program, guys, because I am thinking you will not confuse. I will let one by one each and every program you will understand how it's happening, right? Guys, see, now I will create one other class. Guys, see, this time I am going to class a student method what I read the class name, guys, a student with method call, or you can put guys different one, don't worry, I am putting a person. Okay, I'm taking one other class, guys. Suppose this is person class, guys, this time. Okay, person. Okay, person already taken, right? So person new I am taking, person new. Okay, yes. So we will have one main method, right? Yes. Yes. So guys, in this program I will explain how we are going to initialize the object with the help of what method call. Please be concentrated. This time I am going to explain how we are going to initialize the object with method. Okay, so guys I am going to remove this thing no need for us. Yes. So guys, see, if you want to initialize the object with method call, so definitely you should have method, guys. Yes or no? So already I have told you how to create the method. Yes or no? How to create a method. The guys who don't know how to create a method also, they can see what and they will understand what is the approach for creating the method. So guys, see, I am creating first some field, right? So what all those fields we are going to initialize. So a string name, right? A string name. So every person should have name, guys. Every person should have some name. So guys, every person should have what? Their date of birth. Yes or no? Or guys, suppose every person some ID, guys. What? ID. Yes or no? Right? So I have given two field, guys. So every person should have name and some ID. Right? Yes. Guys, see. Now I will create one method, guys. Guys, please be concentrated. Very simple but interesting, guys. So how to create the method? Please be focused, guys. So I am going to create one method. Void init object. Init object. Yes or no? Init object. This is our method name. So you know very well, guys, if we are going to initialize the what field, definitely we should have some parameter. So guys, see, a string s. S is the our what name, right? Yes or no? And guys, we have other properties. Suppose int what? ID. Yes or no? Right, guys? Yes. Then guys, we will initialize for respective field, guys. So how, guys? So name equals to, guys, what? Name equals to our s. Yes or no? I am giving name equal to s. Then guys, our what? ID equals to, guys, ID equals to ID only. Yes or no? The any dot? No. ID equal to ID, or you can put identification. Okay, identification. Right, guys? So guys, this should be what? This one, right? Yes or no? So ID equal to identification. Correct? And S equal to, you can write here, person name, right? Person name. Correct? Person name. But same thing, you need to initialize this place here. Guys, yes or no? String person name and identification. So name will store person name, ID will store identification. Correct, guys? That thing. So guys, see, if you have created the method, right? If you have created a method, guys, then how you are going to display the method, right? Display the field what you have created. So for that purpose, I am going to get one more method, that is display. Display, guys. Yes or no? Yes. Guys, see this display method. What? How we are going to display? Okay. So you know very well, right? If you want to display, you can write some print statement. So sysout, I am going to write, guys, what? Name guy name. Yes or no? Then guy, we have one ID, right? Name and ID. Right? These two things I want to print once I call the respective method, because this time we are going to initialize the object with the help of method call. Guys, see. So already I mentioned, guys, in last class, right? Last session. Okay. So whenever if you're going to access the field method, you should have object of respective class. So our class is person new. So that's why I'm going to create object of this class, guys. See. So you know very well, right, how to create the object. The guys who don't know, please be focused how to create the object in our Java. So our class in what? Person new. Yes or no? Then guys, suppose P1 equals to what? New person, right? Guys, yes or no? Yes. What's coming, guys? This one. No need that. Then guys, we have created the object. Yes or no? Yes. We have created the object. Right? Yes. So after creating the object, guys, our motto is how we are going to access, how we are going to call the respective method, guys. Yes or no? So guys, see, for the purpose, what we can do, so P1 dot is a operator. With the dot operator, we are going to access the fielded method, right? So dot. After keeping dot, guys, you will get some suggestion. You will get some suggestion by the IDE. What method, what field you need to access. So as of now, I am going to access that, guys, this method, because I have created init object. Initialize object, guys. See. So guys, then see, already I have given what? 2 parameter. I expect 2 parameter. This init object method expect 2 parameter. What I have, what? Mention here, person name and identification. So guys, in this place you need to pass. So guys, so person name is, guys, as usual Amit, right? And guys, ID is suppose 100 1001. This is my ID, guys. Okay, which ID someone will known to me, right? Guys, then after that, right, so you have initialized the object, guys. See, line number 21, entire our concept. How we are going to initialize the object with the help of method. Yes or no? So guys, init object, this is method or not? So as now I am going to initialize the object with the help of method call only. So the same thing I mentioned here, right? By using method call. How we are going to initialize the object with the help of method call. Guys, this thing now I am going to explain. So let's see, after initializing the object, definitely we want to print the result. What result we want to print, guys? See, if I am going to call this method init object, so guys, first it will call this method, right? So it will expect person name, I am going to pass Amit. Identification, they expect I am passing 1001. Then guys, it will store in our name variable. Yes or no? Store in our id variable. What we have declared here, variable guy, is instance variable, right? So what is variable guy? We store our what? Value of field guy. Yes or no? So let's see. Then this name and this id I am going to print. So guys, that's why I have written one method, void display method, right? So now I will call display method. Guys, very well how to call the method. P1 dot our display method guy. You can see this place, it should be there guy. See, display, D should be here, display guy. See, then guy, after calling this method, we can print this result. What is the name? What is the ID? Guy, in this place I can write here what? What I can write here guy? Person name and ID is what guy? Guys, no, person name and ID is what result will print and will show it. So guys, this is the way by which we can create why we can initialize the object. Means this is the second approach, that is method call. With the help of method call also we can initialize the object in Java. Now guys, we can run the application. We will see the result. Result is coming as expected or not. Guys, see, person name and ID is Amit 1001. Guys, this is our second what? Approach. Right guys? So guys, our first approach, second approach I have explained very well. I hope you have understood. You don't have any confusion. If you don't have any confusion guys, so definitely you are able to give the answer to anyone. Yes or no? It may be happen your interview. It may be happen if you are going to give any certification level, and suppose if you are going to explain to someone, that time you will feel very confident. Why? Because I have explained this thing with the help of code base guy. Right? Now guys, I am going to jump in our third approach. Guys, this is very important. This third approach is very important. So I will explain very depth guy. So please be focused guy. So guys, first I will tell you what is constructor, right? Before explaining all the things in very depth, I will start what is what? Constructor. What is constructor guy? You know what is constructor? In Java. And why it's need? Okay. This thing very important. What is constructor in Java? Why it's need? And what it use? Okay, please be focused. It's going to very interesting. I will explain very depth here. Guys, see. I will point out some. I will write some point guys by which you can remember very well. You will not confuse. Will not forget. If you will watch my entire video guys. Whenever if you are forgetting something about constructor, you just come for my video. You watch the video guys. Definitely your confusion will be automatically what? Remove. Guys, see. First point what you need to understand. So guys, constructor is a block guy. It is a block. I am writing guy as a definition guy. Or it is a block. What guy? First one guy. It is a block. It is a block or similar what? Similar a method guy. What guy? Similar a method. What guy? It is a block or similar a method. Right? Having guy, you know what it's having? Having same name guy. Same name what? As that. Same name as that of what? Class name. Guys, this is most important concept or most important definition, right? If you understand this line, guys, you should not have any confusion about constructor. What I have written, guys? So I have written here what? So constructor, right? What is constructor in Java and why it's need and what it use. So guys, you need to understand in our definition. So guys, constructor is what? Block or similar a method having same name as that of class name. Whatever the class name, same name will be have to the constructor name as well. Guys, this is the first point you need to remember. Then guys, second point, it also very very important. What second point, guys? So guys, constructor, right? Constructor doesn't, guys, what? Doesn't return any return type, guys. Constructor doesn't any return type, guys. Not return, guys. Return type. Okay. Even guys, you know void as well. Even what, guys? Void as well. So void also what? Void also it should not the return, guys. What second point, guys? Constructor then any return type, even void as well. We also return, guys, void. We are not returning anything, guys, for constructor. Please keep in mind. Anybody asks you, hey, what constructor is going to return? So you can tell very confidently, constructor doesn't any return type, even void as well. It is not returning void also. Guys, see. Now, third point, guys. What is the third point? We need to remember. You should aware. What, guys? The only modifiers are applicable, guys. Applicable or constructor, guys. You know, guys, what, guys? I will tell you one by one. So guys, see, first public, then guys second, then guys second, what, guys? Private, then third protected, fourth one, guys, you know, that is default. Guys, these four modifiers only applicable for constructor. Only modifiers are applicable for constructor is public, private, protected, and default. Okay, these 3 points you need to remember every time, whenever if you are talking about constructor. Okay, the last point, very important. How constructor invoked, how constructor will execute, how constructor will call. Guys, these 3 words are same. How it will invoked, how it will execute, how it will call. Guys, see. So how constructor will invoked. Listen, guys, that question, right? But answer, you know what I'm telling you. So guys, when we create an object, that time constructor will automatically execute. So guys, we can say it execute automatically, guys. What? Automatically. Yes or no? When, guys? When we create what? When we what, guys? Create an object. You know very well, guys, how to get object. So guys, in that way only. So it executes automatically when we create an object. Also, I can mention here, guys. Correct? Guys, see. So we don't have any specific rule to call the constructor, guys. We don't have any specific rule to call the constructor like method, guys. You know very well, guys. How we're going to call the method, guys? You can see. We're going to call the method p1.int object. Yes or no? But guys, we don't have any specific rule to call the constructor. Just like p1.int object, it will call automatically. So guys, then you have some curiosity. How, Amit? I will explain with the code, guys. Don't worry. So guys, what? It executes automatically. What? When we create an object in Java. Okay, yes or no? So guys, this 4 point you should keep remember every time whenever if you're talking about constructor. This is 4 point is sufficient to explain to anyone. Correct, guys? Yes. Then guys, next point. How many types of constructor we have? Then guys, types of constructor. Yes or no? Types of constructor. Types of constructor in Java. Okay, what? Types of constructor in Java. Okay, that also is a very important point, okay? Yes or no? Also one important point. Right? Okay, see. So guys, we have 3 constructor, guys. 3 constructor in Java, guys. Might be most of the people you know. We have 3 constructor in Java. Guys, yes or no? Yes. So guys, see first constructor. Tell me what is the first constructor, guys? If you have any idea. So guys, first constructor is default. Default constructor, right? Default constructor. Default constructor, or you can say, guys, no argument constructor. What? No argument. Then also you can say what? Compiler defined. What, guys? Compiler defined constructor. See, what I'm going to explain, it's my own understanding. It's my understanding, guys. That's why I'm going to explain in this way, guys. If you will have your own understanding, then you will become confident. You can explain to anyone very confidently. Default constructor, no argument constructor, also compiler defined constructor. Yeah, you can watch so many videos in YouTube or online on tutorial. But what I'm going to give the content, guys, might be you will not get in any other platform, guys. This is my personal experience, guys. What I'm going to explain is my personal opinion. So guys, see, first is what? Default constructor, no argument constructor, compiler defined constructor. Guys, see, now second type. This is also, guys, no argument constructor. What, guys? No argument. No argument constructor, right? No argument constructor. Guys, sometimes you can say what? User defined constructor. This is user defined, right? User defined constructor. Okay. Second is what? No argument constructor. That is, guys, user defined constructor. Also you can say what? Programmer. Programmer defined constructor. Yes or no, guys? Guys, then third, you know very well, right? Parameterized constructor. Yes or no? Parameterized. Yes or no? Also, guys, you can say programmer defined constructor. So I will copy and paste same thing. Yes or no? Yes, I will copy and paste same thing. So parameterized constructor or programmer defined constructor, right? Yes. So guys, see, these three are the constructors we have in our Java. I will explain one by one, don't worry. Guys, see. Then guys, see, what is the this thing I will explain later. First I will explain about this topic. What is constructor in Java and why it's needed and what it used. So guys, see, then one question came in your mind. If you don't have constructor in Java, what problem you may face? Yes or no? Okay, yes or no? One question may have in your mind. Hey Amit, can you explain me? Suppose if constructor will not have in Java, if constructor is not there in Java, what the problem you may face? So first I will explain what the problem you may get if we don't have the constructor. Then I will give the solution. So introducing constructor, how we are going to solve your problem. Guys, see, for the purpose I will jump my ID. Right? Yes. Guys, see, I will create one class that is guy EMP. This is the EMP guy. I'm creating one, or employee. I'm creating one class guy. We should have one main method. Yes. Yes or no? Yes. Guys, see. Now, please be concentrated, guys. First, I will explain without constructor. What, guys? First, I will explain without constructor what the problem we have in Java. Then I will explain with constructor how we are going to solve this problem. Okay? Yes. Guys, please be concentrated. This is the third approach, right? I already explained you. This is the third approach. By using constructor, how we are going to initialize the object in our Java. That is the most important concept because we are going to use it frequently in our real-time project. Okay, this first and second we are not using in our project generally. So most the time we are using with the help of constructor only. We are going to initialize our object. Guys, see. So guys, see. So for this purpose, we should have some field, right? Guys, see, a string EMP name, yes or no? Employee name, right? Okay, yes. Then guys, we should have some employee ID, int EMP ID, yes or no? These two fields I have created, guys. And guys, if you want to print the result, I am going to create the toString method as well. Guys, see. Guys, this is shortcut key. How are you going to create the toString method? Guys, see. So toString method, right? Done. Generate. Done. So only we are going to what? This one I am going to cut and paste this place. Yes, yeah, no problem. These two fields I am going to keep top. Okay. Yes or no? So I have created one toString method to print the result. Okay. So guys, see now what I am going to do. So what I have told you, without constructor I will what? Initialize the object first. Then we will understand what the problem is. Guys, see. So you know very well, right? So if you are going to initialize the object, you should have object, guys. Very simple. So guys, see, employee E1 equals to new employee. Yes or no? You know very well, right? Guys, yes or no? I have created, guys, one employee. So guys, see how you are going to initialize the object, guys. How we are going to initialize the object if you don't have the constructor? if you don't have the constructor, so guys, we have some approach already I've explained with the help of reference variable, with the help of method call. So guys, in this code I am going to explain with the help of reference variable. Guys, see e1 dot you can see guys, implement coming, not coming, yes or no, equals to I am putting what, suppose my name is Amit. Guys, please be focused, very interesting and conceptual. As of now I am explaining without constructor. Suppose if you don't have constructor in Java, what the problem you may face. Guys, see then e1 dot what guy, employee ID. You can see employee ID there or not, yes there. Suppose guy, my employee ID is suppose what, 1001, right guy, this is not a string, that's why I'm removing this thing, right? Yes. So guys, then I'm going to, right? Yes guys, see after that guy, suppose if you will have other employee, suppose in the company guys, so many employees, right? 10,000, 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs. Suppose if you want to initialize the employee name and employee ID guy, then what you can do, you need to create other employee, yes one guy. So guys, see, so this time I'm going to change only employee 2 and employee 2. What is name for employee 2 guy, yes or no? Suppose guy, this time employee 2 is what, Sumit. Suppose guy, this employee ID is what, 2 or 2. Guys, suppose if one more employee I am going to create, yes or no? We create multiple employee, right? So in the company so many employees are there, right? Suppose this time this employee is 3, employee 3. So employee 3 name is suppose what, Neha, right? And this ID is 3. Now guys, if you want to what, you want to print this result guy, you want to print this result, how you will print guy, guys, see. So you write sys out, yes or no? So employee 1, what, employee 1 name and what, emp ID is what guy, tell me what is, then guy we need to call what, this one guy, yes or no? Obviously yes, right? Then give me some space, then I am keeping what, employee e1 dot employee ID guy, yes or no, tell me if I am not wrong. We'll do this thing, right? Same thing I will do for other employee as well. Guy, very simple guy, we are not doing any miracle here. So I'm going to do same thing here, only that what, one minute, only the employee reference will be changed. So this time what, employee 2 and this one e2, yes or no, and this is e2, yes. This time guy employee 3 and this is employee 3, yes or no. So guy, now I can suppose guy, if you will have 2 lakhs employee, so guy how many times you need to initialize the employee object guy, 2 lakhs time, yes or no? Yes. Guys, see, first I will run the application, we will see the result coming expected or not. After initialize, see guys, employee 1 name is Amit, employee 2 name is Sumit, employee 3 name is and employee ID is Neha in this one. Guys, what you can see from this implementation, so how many employee have in your company, that time you are going to initialize the object e1 to suppose 2 lakhs. So E 2 lakhs. Yes, guys. So guys, tell me, suppose as of now I am keeping only two fields, employee name, employee ID, but so many fields may be there in your project. Employee ID, employee name, employee location, employee salary, employee date of birth. Yes or no? Employee department. So you see how many fields you need to initialize. Suppose 5 fields, 2 lakhs employee. That means 5 fields into 2 lakhs means that 10 lakhs line you need to implement. Guys, yes or no? So guys, tell me, is it correct approach or not? If you're going to write the 10 lakhs line in your Java, is it good? It is worst programming practice, guys. Is it worst programming practice? That's why, guys, in Java we have introduced what? We have constructor concept. We have constructor concept to overcome this issue, guys. Because if you have 5, just guys, I'm giving one example, simple example. Aadhaar card enrollment, right? Aadhaar card enrollment. So Aadhaar holder name, Aadhaar enrollment number, Aadhaar ID, Aadhaar location, Aadhaar district, Aadhaar holder district, Aadhaar holder state. How many fields are there? 5 to 6 fields are there. So how many person will have the Aadhaar card? What do we have? The population, right? Almost we can see that. So tell me, if we have 5 or 6 fields we have, if we have covered, suppose how many population we have? Suppose if we will convert 50 crores only people have Aadhaar card. So 50 lakhs into 5. Guys, you can tell me how many lines you need to write the code for initialize the object. Guys, compulsory is it worst programming practice. If you don't have the constructor, then you need to forcefully write that much of line. But guys, if you have the constructor, your solution will be solved in single line, guys. Your solution will be coming to single line. Why? What I have told, guys. What is constructor? When it invoked, guys, see, when we create an object, see guys, you know very well how to create an object. So while creating the object, we call the constructor. We no need to write this thing repeatedly. Boilerplate code, guys. So only we need to create one constructor. We need to pass as per our field. So on runtime, we need to pass our the field value, and it will execute. Whenever I am going to create the object, it will automatically call the constructor. It will print the result. Guys, yes or no? I hope you understood, right? Guys, see, in same program, guys, I will explain this thing, right? So with the help of, see, without constructor, guys, without constructor, you can see here how many lines of code you are going to write. Now I will tell you with constructor, guys. Guys, see, now I am going to create one constructor. Guys, see. Generate constructor using field, guys. Yes, right. Guys, see. Guys, see, I have created one constructor, right? You know very well, right? How to create constructor, right? So we have already one option, right? We have already one option in our ID. No problem, guys. I will explain one more time how to create constructor, guys. So you just select this two field, because for this two field I am going to create the constructor. Right click, source, come into generate constructor using field. If you click that, will come, this constructor will come here, guys. Guys, see. So already I mentioned, guys, what is constructor, guys. See, it is a block of or simulate method having same name as that of class name, guys. You can see whatever class name you have, employee, same name, employee coming in out. Guys, you can see second point, guys. Constructor doesn't any return type, even void as well. Guys, you can see we are writing any void here as well. No, we know any void return type as well. We are writing here. Only we are writing modifiers. Already explain you. You will have 4 modifiers, guys. Public, private, protected, default. Then guys, you can see employee name, int employee ID. Guys, now I will explain how this constructor will work, guys. Guys, see. So guys, see this place we are getting error, guys. You know why? So now employee class expect what? Employee constructor argument. Employee name, employee ID. They expect what is the value of employee name, what is the value of employee ID while creating the object. Guys, see, if I am writing here what? Amit. Then guys, writing here what? Employee ID is 1001. Correct, guys? See, guys, error remove, yes or no? What I have explained you, while creating the object, it will call the constructor. And after calling the constructor, guys, it will initialize the value. What is the EMP name we are getting from the end user Amit? We are stored into EMP name. What is the employee ID passed by the end user? 1001. So we get. So as of now, you can comment this thing. You no need, right? We are not creating, we are not initializing the object with the help of what? Reference variable. Okay. Now we are going to use a constructor, right? That is our third approach. So while creating the object, we are passing respective what? Input value, what the constructor expects. Employee name, employee ID, I am passing it. And after getting this employee name and employee ID to constructor, it will initialize the name into our EMP name, EMP ID. Then I am going to print employee name, employee ID. Guys, same like if you will have multiple employee. Suppose if you have 2 less employee in your company. So guys, you no need to initialize with the reference variable, guys. You can see directly we can initialize the object while creating the object. Yes or no? I hope you understood, guys. So guys, see this time this user is Sumit and the ID is 1002. Right, guys? Then guys, same way in this also we are going to comment yes employee 3, right? Yes. Guys, see, then I am going to pass what is the third employee name. Suppose third employee name is Neha, right? Neha, and the employee ID is guys what? 1003. Guys, I hope you understood, right? Yes or no? So guys, see, now I will run the application. We'll see same result we are getting or not. Because you can see guys, 2242, 6 line already we have removed. If we are using constructor, right? Yes. Guys, see, I will run the application in front of you. You'll see the result. Guys, see. Tell me, same is coming or not? Guys, tell me, same is coming or not? Yes, guys. So guys, that is the power of constructor. How we are going to initialize the object on runtime. Runtime is good. When we are going to create the object, that time we are going to pass respective field. Then it will call the respective constructor what we have in our program guys, in code. So guys, that is our third approach by using constructor. Now guys, I will explain what all those 3 types, right, we have and how we are going to execute with code base guys. Because these 3 constructors I will explain with code base. So don't worry guys. Guys, see, first I will explain here what it looks like guys. What it looks like. So guys, see, suppose if we first guys, our first constructor, right, that is default constructor guys. Suppose if we will have one class, right, class test, right? So guys, in this class test we will have some main method guys. Yes or no? Definitely we will have some main method PSVM, right? Yes. So guys, in this PSVM, you know very well, a static, sorry, a string argument we are going to write, but I will not write because I am going to give only simple example guys, explanation, right? So guys, see, in this method, right? So guys, see, if I am going to create one object, right? If I am going to create one object, correct? Yes or no? Let's see, you know very well how to create an object. Test t equals to new test Yes or no? Guys, tell me, any problem? No, guys. So guys, see what will happen, guys. So when we create an object, by default, guys, one constructor will create by the compiler, not guys JVM. Always keep in mind, this is important interview question. So default constructor created by whom? So guys, default constructor created by JVM, by compiler, not JVM, guys. So always keep in mind, default constructor will created by compiler. That's why guys I mentioned here compiler defined constructor, right? So by default constructor is what? Compiler defined constructor. But internally, you know, one constructor will created by the compiler. Okay, that is our first constructor. So keep in mind, whenever if you are going to create the object, if you are not going to create any constructor, so compiler will create one constructor. This thing I will show with example, guys, with code base how it will create. Guys, see, then we have second constructor, guys. Yes or no? Guys, see, we have second constructor, guys. No argument constructor, user defined constructor, or programmer defined constructor, guys. Yes or no? Let's see what it is. What it is, guys. Same guy, you will have one class, right? Class test. So inside class, guy, definitely you will have one main method, right? So ps bm, that is public static void main. Yes. Then guy, you will have inside the main method, guy, if you are going to create, guy, one object. Yes or no? If you create one object, guy, just like test t equals to new test, guy. Yes or no? Guy, tell me yes or no? I have created this object, guy. So guys, see, so if we are going to create this constructor, guy, how, guy? So test this constructor, guy. Okay, this is defined by the user. Already mentioned you what user defined constructor or programmer defined constructor, guy. So guy, this is the what second constructor. What is no argument, guy? You can see here we are not passing any argument, right? We are not passing any argument. That is called no argument, but defined by programmer or user. That's why, guy, it is called what? No argument constructor, user defined constructor, or programmer defined constructor. When you are going to create the object, this constructor will call, guy. Guy, yes, yes. Guy, now our third constructor, right? Our third constructor, guy. So what is third constructor, guy? What is third constructor? Parameter constructor, or you can say programmer defined constructor, guy. Yes or no? Guy, you can see here. Guy, you can see here. So our third constructor. So guys, see, same way we can create one class test, right? Class test. In the class test, guy, you will have what? One main method, guy. Yes or no? Just like a ps pm. If you will have main method, guy, right? In the main method, guy, you are going to create object, guy. So how to do object, guy? You know very well, right? So test t equals to new test, correct? Yes. Guys, see, this time what I've told, guy. So you will have parameterized constructor, right? This is programmer defined constructor, guy. So in your class, guy, one constructor should be there. Okay, that should be parameterized, guy. So test, guys, see, and you can pass, guys, suppose a string name, guy, right? Yes. So guys, see, when you are going to create the parameter constructor, so definitely it expects, guy, what argument while call the, so while creating the object. So guys, you need to pass here, suppose Amit. Yes or no? Then it will, guy, call the what? This parameter constructor, guy. Yes or no? So guys, this three our explanation I will show with the code. These three things I will show with the code guy. So don't worry. So how I'm going to explain this thing guy? Please concentrate here. Okay, this is very important guy. So how we're going to understand with these three parameter, these three constructor with the help of our code base guy. So I'm going to get our ID. Guy, this is our class. I'm going to take guy. See. Okay, this time I'm going to take EMP. Okay, EMP our class, right? We should have one main method, right? Done. Guy, please be concentrated. It's very important. So I'm going to explain with this how all these three type of constructor are behaving indifferently, right guy? Yes. So guys, see. So first guy, I'm going to explain what no argument constructor. Guy, this one guy. Default constructor, no argument constructor, or compare different constructor. I'm going to explain this one guy. Guys, see. For this guy, you will have what? One guy. Suppose if you will have one employee ID or employee name. Employee ID or employee name. So a string EMP name. Yes or no? And guy int EMP ID. Right guy? Yes. So guys, see. So what I've told you, whenever if you're going to create the object, guys, see. So EMP EU EMP E equal to new EMP. So guys, this is the way how to create the object. You know very well. Yes or no? You know very well. This is the way by which you can create the object. After creating the object guy, after creating the object here, right? So it will call automatically to constructor, because in this program I didn't create any constructor. Yes or no? You can see I didn't create any constructor, but compiler will create internally one constructor. How? You'll come to know guys. I will show you guys. So guys, you know what I can do? See. Suppose I'm going to print sysout, right? E dot what guy? Employee name. Yes or no? Then guy E dot employee ID. Yes or no? Guy, can you confirm me what should be the output? Because we didn't create any constructor, because this time compiler will create one constructor internally. Guy, yes or no? So guy, you know what the output will be? This time output will be, it should be null, it should be null, and guy, this should be 0, because by default initialization of a string int is, a string is null and int is 0 guy. I will run the application, will result. Guys, see, coming or not what I mentioned here, null or 0. So guys, this is default constructor, no argument constructor defined by compiler. Guys, now I will explain second constructor, that is guys what? No argument constructor, user defined constructor, or programmer defined constructor. Guys, let's see. So guys, this time you will have two instance variable with no issue anything. So but I will create one constructor guy. Already I mentioned you, right? Already I mentioned you. This time constructor defined by the user, constructor defined by the programmer guy. So already I have told you guys how you are going to create the constructor guy. This place, come here, source, generate constructor guy, generate. You can see guys, done or not? So we have created two constructor, right? Sorry, we have created constructor, right, as our requirement. Guys, see, whenever if you are going to create your own constructor, definitely your object will crying guy. Your object will crying. See, crying, because it expect, hey, if you created compiler, if you created constructor, so what argument you are going to pass here? Same also I need. See guys, then this time I am going to pass what? Amit is a employee name, and guy employee ID is 1001. Right guy? Then guy I am going to print this result. Guy, then you can see what is the power of constructor. This time guy we didn't have the constructor, right? So default value is initializing null and 0. But this time guy second constructor. What's second constructor guy? No argument constructor, that is user defined constructor or programmer defined constructor. Because this time explicitly user is defining the constructor, programmer is going to define the constructor. Okay, you can see what result is printing here. What result is printing. And guy one thing I have mistake here. So guy first I will show you no argument, right? So this I'm passing argument guy. So guy if I am going to pass argument guy, then how will come to know guy? This is guy I am wrong. So guy I am going to comment this student guy. Guys see, then I am going to pass what? Remove this thing guy. And guy I am removing these two things because I am going to use what? I am going to use no argument constructor. Yes or no? I am going to use no argument constructor. Okay, yes or no? But I can see if you are going to comment this one guy, we are going to comment this one. So we'll see what is the result, right? Because this time it will call directly this constructor. Yes or no? It will call this constructor, right? Let's see. I am going to get one what? No argument constructor. No argument is what? We are not passing any argument, right? This time passing no argument, right? And guys, whenever if you are going to create the object, that time it will execute our constructor. Yes or no? Already I have told you when constructor will execute. So whenever if you are going to create the object, automatically constructor will execute. But I am going to write some statement guys. Then come to know it's executing or not. So guys, sysout I get no argument. What? No argument constructor called. Okay, yes or no? Okay, tell me yes or no. Now I will learn the application. We'll see. So this constructor call or not? Because if this constructor will call, only we are able to see this result. Yes or no? If this constructor will call, means what? If this no argument constructor or user defined or programmer defined constructor will call, that will come to know we are correct. Because if it will call, it will print this result again. Let's see. In front of you, I am running the application. Let's see. No argument constructor called. Yes. So guys, that is our second constructor. That is user defined or programmer defined constructor. Guys, now we will switch in third constructor. Guys. What I have told third constructor? Programmer defined constructor or parameterized constructor. Okay, this is third one, right? Guys, see. Everything I will uncomment, guys. Everything I will uncomment. This time, guys, I will comment this thing as well, because this thing guys, this time I will create one new parameters constructor guys. Yes or no? Guys, see, please be concentrated. Source gen constructor. Guys, see, we have created one deep what we have created parameters constructor. You can see, yes or no? Guys, see, now if we have created parameters constructor, then our object is crying. Yeah, you can see. So it expect the parameter. What parameter we have defined in our constructor? Employee name and employee ID. Guys. So at this time I am going to pass what? Amit. I am going to pass 10 or 131. Guys, you can see. Now I am going to uncomment this thing. And guys, in this also I am going to write what? One system. Okay. Parameterized constructor Yes or no? Guys, see, because this time guys I have created one parameters constructor. Already I mentioned you, whenever if you are going to create the object, same time our constructor will invoked. Yes or no? Guys, see, yes or no? I can call or not, or result is printing or not, Amit 131. So guys, that is our third constructor, that is parameterized constructor. Guys, yes or no? Guys, yes or no? So guys, now I will explain one more example. In that I will show you complete explanation what we have done about constructor, how we have initialized the object with the help of constructor. Guys, see here, I am going to create one class name, guys, suppose emp1. Okay, main method, finish. Guys, see, I am creating a two field as instance variable. What? A string name, a string, you can say emp name, right? And guys, int emp id, emp underscore id, right? I have created two field. Guys, please be concentrated. This is our conclusion. In this video I am going to explain you why is too much important, guys. So guys, see, now I am going to create two objects. Suppose emp1 e1 equal to new what? emp1. Correct, guys? Yes. Guys, I am creating one more object. I am creating one more object, guys. But this time I am going to change the reference variable for that. E2 and yes, correct. So guys, see, if I am going to print here, if I am going to print employee1 and employee2, guys. So guys, see, I am going to write one print statement sysout. What, guys? emp1 what? emp1 name and id. emp name and emp id. What, guys? So I am going to write what? e1 dot, suppose e1 dot what, guys? Employee name. Yes, no? Employee name. Then guys, e1 dot employee id. Right? Yes. Same thing, guys, I am doing for employee2 object as well. What, guys? Same thing I am going to do for employee object as well, guys. Yes or no? So guys, can you confirm anyone? Any idea what the output will be there, guys? What should be the output? What should be the output, guys? Because this time, guys, we are not initiating anything, right? So guys, you can see the output should be, guys, what? Output should be, guys, please be suspense, guys. I learn the application. Guys, see, a string is null, 0, guys. Then guys, it's a big problem, right? It's a big problem, not? So employee name, employee ID, for both employee null and 0, guys. Guys, tell me, interesting or not? Because this time, guys, what you can see here, now use parameterized constructor. Guys, see, if you will use parameterized constructor, then you will see the result. Yes or no, guys? With this, guys, you can see, so we are printing what? Employee name is null. We didn't initialize. Why, guys? Because we are not creating any constructor. Because we didn't create any constructor, guys. That is J. So compiler is created the constructor, that is default constructor. Yes or no? The default constructor created by compiler only. This time we didn't create any constructor guy. That's why the compiler has assigned the null and 0 value for both the employee. So this time guys, this is employee 2. This is not employee 1, this is employee 2. Yes or no guys? So both the employee 1 and employee 2, you can see the result, null and 0. Why? Because we don't have constructor guy. Now guys, see, without constructor, what problem is happening, you know? Without constructor, what problem we are getting? This is a big problem guy. So guys, see, now I am going to create one constructor guy. That is parameterized constructor guy. You can see parameterized constructor guy. Correct? Let's see. Already I mentioned you guys, whenever if we create the parameter constructor, our object is crying. See, yes or no? Crying or not? So I need argument. It's asking add argument. It's asking, right? Add argument. Match imply string int. String imply name int is id. So let's see. This time I'm going to pass our imply name Amit, and guy what id is what? Suppose 1001. Guys, this time I'm passing what? Passing what? What's the id is what? id is what? 1002. Yes or no? Now guys, I will run the application. We'll see the result coming expected or not after implementing this constructor. Guys, see. Imply 1, imply name and imply id Amit, this one. And guys, this time I am not changing the e2, so I need to change the e2. Why? Then we can see the expected result guys. Yes or no? Yes. Now guys, I will run the application. We'll see the result coming or not. Guys, see. Imply 1 name is Amit and this one. Imply 2, imply name is id is what's up. Guys, see. Now did you get it? I hope you should not have any confusion till now, right? So what is the importance of constructor in our Java? If you are not going to create the constructor, means compiler will create constructor, initialize the object. But if you are going to create your explicitly by the user or programmer, that time as per requirement you can pass the object value and it will give the respected response guy. Okay, that is complete session for our how we are going to initialize the object with this 3 approach guy. Yes or no? So guys, this 3 approach, using reference variable, using method, using constructor, and also I have explained in very depth in our all type of constructor, right? Guys, see, one question may be happen in an interview, may come in an interview. Why constructor has not return type? Why constructor has not return type? So guys, see, initialize the object guy. So when you're going to initialize the object, when it initialize the object, what it needs guy? Return anything? Do we need? No guy. If you're going to initialize the object, what it need guy? Why we need return? Because we are going to initialize the object, right? We are not expecting any return. That's why we don't have any return type of constructor. Right? Second thing guy, if compiler is creating default constructor, right? Second thing, if compiler is creating default constructor, how it will come to know what is our requirement? Yes or no? They don't know, right? Compiler will don't know what is our requirement. What is the requirement of programmer? Yes or no? That's why the constructor doesn't have any return type. First return type, first point is why? Because if you're going to initialize the object, what it needs to return anything, right? We no need to return anything. if you are going to initialize anything, right? So second thing, guys, if compiler is creating the default constructor, right? So how it will come to know what is our requirement? That's why constructor never return any return type. So guys, that is complete our explanation about what all the approach by which we can initialize the object in Java. And guys, by using constructor, it is most frequently used in our real-time project in application. That thing you need to aware. I have completed explanation, guys, very end to end. Even if you have any confusion, please do me comment in comment section. I will address your comment once I will give some time, guys. Once I will get some time. Okay, guys. That's it from this video, guys. If you like my video, guys, please like, share, subscribe, because you know very well it to making this video how much difficult, right? So sitting in front of camera from 1.5 hours, explanation of all these things, it's not easy, guys. It's difficult to explain all these things. Thank you, guys. Bye bye. So please like, share, subscribe my channel for more interesting content, right? I will bring in front of you. Thank you, guys. Bye bye. Take care.